get straight into it because, as you can see, I'm in the pet pavilion. And the reason why is because, just like all of you, I'm mad. I'm actually pretty frustrated. I don't sound it right now because I'm trying to preserve myself, but I'm going to be real with y'all. This is probably the shittiest thing I think could have ever happened. After quite literally hours prior, I literally tweeted in hopes that they would not do this. But long story short, Grub Guardian got an update, and it's going to have an official relaunch soon. And while we're waiting for that, they decided to go in and change up the loot tables for Grub Guardian. And I'm going to be honest, it's a problem. A major, major problem. I always say it's another day of Ragnarok and how the end of days has arrived and all that. Quite literally, this is our apocalypse. This is our Ragnarok for us Grub Guardian people. Because, guess what they decided to do? I'll give you 3 seconds. They nerfed the loot tables. So, with that, here's what I'll tell you. So first, if you wanted to get the good maps that you had to use to farm up the most energy elixirs of the day, you had to already pay a 1,000 crown upfront payment, 650 for the expansion, and then another 350 for the best Guardian for these levels, which is the Star Guardian. So to start, you needed to buy the Wisteria expansion so that you could actually use those maps to get the highest chance of these elixirs. Now, under the old loot rules, on average, you could get about 2 full energy elixirs a day. Which, in case you don't know what an energy elixir is, it's one of these. Refills energy to full, or if you don't have that, you can just go to refill here, and it'll show you. You can refill your energy for 250 crowns. So, with that, you can get 2 of those a day for free by playing Grub Guardian and doing the recommended methods, which is literally just go to Wisteria, go to Tanglewood Way or Pegasus Place. My luck was on Pegasus, but you can go to Tanglewood as well. And get yourself about 2 energy elixirs a day on average. Some people were saying that you could, like, hit a certain score range to get 3 to 4, but I tested it. They lied. So, sorry to all you, like, folks who made those videos years ago, but unfortunately, your math isn't mathing anymore. Either they changed it on you after that, or you lied. Hopefully, it was just them changing it, because I don't like making claims. However, now, what they decided to do was completely change the loot table, clown the shit out of it, and with this fact, I actually went and I did all 25 of my daily runs for the day, just for this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show, once it eventually pops up, maybe I got to switch realms or something, hang on. There we go. Yep, that worked. So obviously, whenever you get KI live codes and stuff like that, you'll see this type of gift. This is the KI gifts. These are your friend gifts. So I'm gonna go into here and I'm gonna go all the way to this very right page over here, and I'm gonna start by scrolling back until I see my first reward from it, which in this case is a +5 energy elixir. This is the first thing I got in run number 1. So now I'm gonna go backwards, going from 6 to 5 to 4. Because that's how it progresses. So I got +5, so far I'm at 10. 200 gold, by the way. This was also a nerf. This was about an 80% nerf. 80, like somewhere between 50 to 80%. Probably like a 50% nerf. Because I used to be getting 800 to 1,000 gold a run whenever I got gold. So knowing that I used to get 800 to 1,000, this is a nerf. Taffy. I think this is a snack? Yeah, a 2-point snack, a rank 2. What is this and why? There's a +10, so now I'm set that +20. Spicy bubblegum, that's another rank 2. Absolute clown work right here. Another 200. Troggy taffy, another rank 2. Another 200. Yeah, basically every snack you're gonna see here is a rank 2. Pretty much. Oh, here we go. We got a +25 elixir. So now I'm sitting at about 45. More gold. I'm at 55. 80. So overall, I've gotten a total of 80 energy worth of elixirs in my 25 runs. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Yes, I got technically more elixirs, but they're the flats. They're not the fulls. I got 0 fulls in my 25 runs of the day, and all of the elixirs that I got don't even add up to 1 full. So not only did they remove the energy elixirs from the fucking loot table, but they thought that giving us a rare drop rate of the flats was a good idea. So, Kingsile, if you're watching this, I'm gonna try not to be too mean, but revert this. Give us our full energy elixirs back. I don't mind you adding the partials, but if you ask me, here's what I think you should do. I would make sure that getting the gold medal ranges of score guarantees us some sort of elixir. Whether it's the 5s, the 10s, the 25s, but also put the full ones back in. Because I'll be honest, this is just not it. Rank 2s, 200 gold. A pet. I got a Piggle pet too, which is like one of the basics. And this is what you get every day after paying 1,000 crowns. In which that's actually a little bit. That's actually a little bit of crowns. That's 10 days of daily trivia. And I don't know what the cost goes to. Hang on. Let me check this. I'm going to hit the buy crowns right quick. Pull up another tab. Hang on. Okay, so 1,000 crowns is a couple of bucks, but you actually have to spend a couple of bucks. Like real money. To get these expansions. In the Guardian that's relevant. So 650 crowns and a plus 350 for the Guardian 1,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually kind of is. That's a couple of packs you could have bought. So, yeah, as someone who's been recommending people do Grub Guardian, I feel like I just debated the shit out of everybody that I've been telling about it. And to people who feel debated, I apologize, even though I shouldn't have to, because it was quite literally me that's been recommending my friends check it out, like grab iOS and everything, because I didn't think there would ever be a Google release again, an Android release, but there will be, which hey, that's gonna help. But my thing is, revert the loot table. Sure, you can add the flats, but at least give us a chance at the fulls too, even if it's like the rarest. Like I don't care if the fulls are the rarest ones, just as long as they're in the loot table. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, hey y'all, for everyone who's collecting data about this update, not only am I giving you what I got, I'm also going to be putting footage after this part of my entire 25 game run of the day. And that footage is gonna be raw, unedited, basically no commentary whatsoever. So that part is gonna strictly be for data collecting purposes only. It's not going to be for entertainment. It's just going to be for data collection. Literally. So if someone from Atmoplex sees this, you do have permission to use this footage. All of it. This video you are allowed to use. I am permitting it. And if anybody else knows anybody who's like looking at footage to get screenshots, I also do give permission to use this too. If anything, I just ask that you spread the word. Like, say something in the update feedback section of the Wizcord. Say something in suggestions. Give them the heat that you gave them for the pet kiosk change. Maybe even twice fold. Because this is horrible. This is bad. Like, really, really bad. And, yeah. That's all I gotta say for now. So now for the rest of this video, it is going to be my raw, relatively unedited, no commentary, 25 runs in a single day of my Grub Guardian loot. So use this as data to show like more statistics. You do have that permission. So go for it. Do whatever you want. And just let people know I did my part. And to everybody who's been supporting, shout out all of you. I'm quite literally trying to do what I can for all of us, because I am a low spend, near free-to-play player myself. So, yeah. Like, that's why I do my daily trivias, to get my crowns. Like, I've been building these crowns every day, 100 crowns a day, for months. Granted, I've spent some here and there, but yeah. in which at some point I'll show you how I do that. But for now, my name is Tier. I will see you guys in the next video. And to those who want to screenshot the gameplay stuff, what the rewards were, go for it. Hopefully it helps out. Have a good night.
You